top teams in the nation set to square off and see who has the upper hand, at least for the moment. A top 10 in-conference showdown awaits. Welcome, everyone, to Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, and home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Cowboys will put toe to leather to crank us up. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for a man. It's Durant. Rushes on him. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Second down, he'll throw it. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10 playoff positioning. All the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking downfield on first down. Here's the pressure. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. The change now on second and long. They send the tight end in motion. And back to the air on second down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
Chucks it out of the air. That might seem like a risky call to go for it on 4th down there, but you can't just hand the defense a win in that spot, David.
No, and when you go back and you look at games, a lot of times those field goals get you beat. And this offense is like, forget that, we're going to be aggressive. And because they got it, it was a great call.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to the air. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
To the air on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. Inside the 15. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Well, I think you're seeing a lot of resiliency from this quarterback these last couple of plays. Got sacked on 1st down. It's 2nd in California. And that last scramble, I know it didn't get the first, but it at least makes this 3rd down a whole lot more manageable now. Let's see if he can make a play here and keep his offense on the field.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the catch. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So they marched the ball 41 yards on that drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking downfield, it's Durant. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quickly complete. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Got the quick pass. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down in the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on third down. Instead, they're staring at fourth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes a grab past the marker. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
And, man, this guy's shown you the whole gamut, the whole arsenal. Like, he can run, he can throw, he can handle the moment, he can handle pressure. I'm interested to see how he finishes this season. He's already in the top 10 in total touchdowns, rushing and passing. Had a phenomenal year. Now is the time late in the season when you can go win those individual awards.
It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. He'll try to take it back. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
They'll go to the ground. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll get ready to change sides for the second quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Oklahoma State has the lead here. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Takes it on the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. To the air, it's Durant. Makes the grab. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. It is deafening in here. The panel people going to work. Third down and a big one for the Cowboys.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play.
Wide open, he makes the catch. Oh, look out, all right. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Don't always have to get rid of it quickly if you have that type of protection and enough time for a receiver to run that slow-developing route.
No doubt. He comes across the field. There's going to be a time where he's going to be open. Nice job by the QB seeing it, delivering the strike with the great protection.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Finds a man on the right. Still on his feet at the 45. Turning on the Jets. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the timing just a hair off.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking to pass. It's Durant. Bringing the heat. He'll pull it down and run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
second down play. From the gun, running back on the move. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the outside. And the Blue Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. Handoff from the gun. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down, and you see guys bleeding into the 2nd level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
They're going to ride this running back.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Scanning the field, it's Durant. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Man, is this place loud right now. The Cowpoke faithful bringing it on 3rd down. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
The Blue Devils will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to fire deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on first down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so
he's going to let one fly down the middle. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really bet.
He's got it for a big play. Racing down the left side. The 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. first snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Dropping back, it's Durant. Quarterback now breaking the field. Throwing on the run. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Out of bounds at the 23-yard line as this offense dials up a chunk play.
Defenses have their hands full with him. They just give up a big pass there for a first down, but it's not just the arm you got to worry about, it's his legs too. This guy's top 10 in the nation, total touchdowns scored, and that's why he's in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy.
Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Duke.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the swiver inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking left. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. On the run deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you're just too open.
Oh, my gosh. How do you drop that throw? My guy is wide open. That had 6 written all over it.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to scramble. On the move to the right, looking for a big one. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Blue Devils will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. First and 10. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, but if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They're dealing with a second and long. Off play action. Fires on the move. Wide open downfield. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. The Cowboys will line it up on 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. handoff to the lone back. Gets it past DeMarco. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 50-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, this quarterback normally makes defenses look very silly week in, week out with his speed, but he has yet to face a defense like this. This defense accepted the challenge. They have stepped up. They have been disruptive. They have been living in the backfield all game long. That already the 3rd sack of the game for this unit.
Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on second down. Here's a heat. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Now this defense could really use a stop on 3rd down as the offense has had its way. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Back to pass, it's Durant. Caught over the middle, it's DeMarco. He'll get it up to about the 30. Line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, this guy has shown up time and time again for his football team. Top 10 statistically in passing yardage this year, but it's been in big games, in big moments where he's really shined. And that's why this guy is in contention to win the Heisman Trophy.
Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback moving. Running to Green. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right?
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Blue Devils will hustle to the line.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
Floating away. Going right and going deep. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's the problem when you get in 2nd and forever. The defense knows they make you one-dimensional. They know you're going to take shots down the field. They stay deep, they break on the football, and they take advantage of the opportunity.
Unleashes one. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Got a man. It's Harbour. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On the option. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
Looking to throw on first down. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments. Going to swing it on 2nd down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've reached a break. Oklahoma State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Motion from the back. Floats it out in space. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Under fire. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute. Throws toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. With that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start. Drive.
We'll take over. First and 10.
Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. He's got the back in the middle. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And so you got a guy who makes a play downfield like that. How anxious do you think they're going to be to continue in man coverage?
Yeah, I don't know, Reese. They're going to need a plan. They're going to maybe want to think about more zone coverage or maybe even bracketing this running back if he decides to come out of the backfield, because right now they don't seem to have an answer for him.
He's out past the 35. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. And the Cowboys want to crank the tempo.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. And the defense got him at the 27. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Back to throw, it's Durant. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch. Like, Play, pitch, and catch. Spread the ball around. Complete and total command of the offense. And that's why he's putting up big numbers. And that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
Right on the money. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Blue Devils have pushed it inside the 20. Now from inside the red zone. Pressure coming. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Looking to throw again. Dumps it to the back. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Duke. And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. It's Harbor. There he goes. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. To the air on first down. The sure hands. It's Harbor. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Now it's 1st and 20 for the offense. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a good, sizable pickup, and that has been a rare sight in this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up 3rd down.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with it now.
Snagged out of the air. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back.
Trying to get behind the defense. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. They want to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Extending the play. Looking for the score. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Under fire. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. Cool as a cucumber. It's a fumble on the play. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left.
Timeout.
To the air, it's Durant. Grab near the marker, it's Blade. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. The Blue Devils racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on first down. He makes the catch. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. And the Blue Devils are threatening on first and goal. Trying to barge their way in. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown. It is a dagger in this game.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Well, they decided to try to run it in on that 2-point play. He got 2 yards, but he needed one more. They fall short.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Offense in an empty set.
More base paint. Here we go.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Oklahoma State.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on first down. Unleashes to the end zone. And the pass is incomplete. They were going for the fabulous parting gift, but instead will just go home with a loss. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.